G'day guys, Will here. Welcome back to the channel. So tonight I'm going to be attempting my first Porsche GT3 Cup race in iRacing. So if you caught yesterday's stream, we actually attempted to do a race, but we weren't able to get into a session that sort of fit in with the stream timing and everything like that. And I didn't really want to drive around lap after lap aimlessly for hours and hours waiting for another race. So tonight we're going to do what we couldn't do yesterday and attempt our first race. So yeah, it's a little bit different of a format to what I'm used to. First of all, it's a much longer race than I'm used to, about half an hour, so 20 laps, as opposed to about the 10-15 minutes that I'm used to. So not so much, I wouldn't call it an endurance race by any means, but it's certainly a lot more endurance than what I'm used to. Also consistency and yeah, not crashing are going to be a lot more important and a lot more difficult to maintain during a longer period of time as well. So don't know how it's going to go, but my overall pace is okay. We're at Laguna Seca. I'm doing sort of mid to high 125s at the moment. So my pace is okay. I know the really fast guys are doing 122s around here. Nowhere near that, obviously, but we're getting faster over time. But anyway, let's jump onto the track now and see how we go. Alright, so a quick little practice session. We've got enough to get around once, so we may as well just drive through the lap. Talk through it a little bit. So I'm running the default brake bias again now, which you can see, and I did that deliberately to show you. When you brake too heavily, it just kind of, honestly, I did do that deliberately. When you brake too heavily, it basically just rotates on you because the bias is towards the back. So it's 47.5, I think, by default. Something like a look. Yeah, 47.5. So basically what I found originally when I was driving this car and when I was driving yesterday on stream, I was moving the bias towards the front to sort of counteract that whole arse over tit kind of effect that was happening there. But what I found was that sort of severely reduces or increases your braking distance. So what was happening is I was having to brake way earlier than everybody else just to stop in time and not sort of lock up in a straight line. So if you jump on the brakes too hard, you're just locking up the front tyres. So the default brake bias, or somewhere around sort of 48, 49, seems to be about right. Something like that. I might try changing it for the next race after this one. We'll see how we go. See if we're able to get through this race without spinning. But it's certainly a lot more on a sort of like on a knife edge than what I'm used to. The MX-5 is a lot more forgiving. You can sort of make mid-course corrections without it being too, like, you lose a bit of time, but you're not going to put it into a wall. Whereas with this, it's like you make a tiny little mistake and you're done. So yeah, we'll have to sort of see if we can be consistent throughout the race. What I find is, like, I can consistently do 47s pretty comfortably and not have any problems. So it just depends how quick the other guys are in the session. Like if I'm finding that I have to pace, I can sort of pace myself. If I'm pulling away, then that'll be quite good. If I'm having to sort of push 25 or 26s, then that's going to be a little bit more challenging. But let's jump out onto qualifying now. I might actually put that up one click and just see what difference it makes. Go to 48.5, yeah, try that. Alright. See how it feels on the outlap.
It thinks it's clear. We've got 2 laps to set a decent time.
Decent skid marks from before. Cold tyres. Whee, nearly lost it. The other thing that I think I mentioned on stream last night, but I'll mention it again as well, is I don't have any paddle shifters on this wheel. So I'm having to take my hand off the wheel to change gears, which is a bit of a disadvantage in this car. I don't think it's disadvantaging me too much, but through the carousel there, it's quite tricky. Or corkscrew, or whatever you want to call it. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Not ideal. We're a little bit conservative here. A little bit too conservative, but see how it places us in the field. And then we can decide how hard we want to push on the second lap, risk crashing. Second.
That lap was at 126.5.
A little bit late on the gas there. Alright, we'll push a bit harder now. Third on the grid now. Oh no! Ran off the track, too aggressive.
This lap will be deleted.
Oh well, we're fourth on the grid by the looks of things at the moment. We probably will drop down again because people are still got to finish their second laps. 126.4, so about a second off my best, a little over a second off my best, but the traffic conditions do vary a little bit, so I don't want to read too much into that. I think the last session that I was doing was actually evening, so when I set that time, so track temperature would have been a little bit lower as well, which seems to help with this car, so I'm not going to read too much into it. But anyway, we'll see what we can do from fourth or whatever we end up. I think probably maybe fourth is safe, I don't know.
That's the end of the session, P4.
Alright, still end up in P4, that's good. So, we'll see what we can make happen from there.
The track temp is 27 Celsius. The air temp is 21
Not sure what the best RPM to launch from is, but we'll try this.
Green, let's go, let's go.
Seemed to work.
Alright. Clear right.
Oh, that's one position. Bit of a scruffy start there. Cold tyres, got to be careful. Got a bit of a breakaway from the pack here though.
right.
Another one. Ooh, don't want to do that too many times. Dive
Left side.
bomb.
Clear left.
No, he didn't go for
Far
it.
left. Still there.
I thought he was going to go for it, so I backed off. Oh, I'll give him some space.
P3.
Losing time. Don't want P1 to get a breakaway from us while we're battling here. Alright, tyres are feeling good now. Same thing he did last lap.
On your right. Clear right.
Well done, Will. Great move. Keep it up.
Is he going to go for the dive again? Alright, now we need to try and open up a gap. I don't feel safe around this guy. Sorry, Philip.
Leader has just done a 126.8.
Going down the inside again.
Far left. Clear left.
That lap time was 127.2.
That's one way to go around the corner. Caving under pressure, that's the problem. I feel like I got the pace to win this, but wide again. He's gonna get disqualified before the end of the race if this keeps up. Maybe I should just sit here. .3 to the guy behind me.
The leader has just done 126.4. Car in front lap time is at 126.5. P3. That lap was at 127.7.
Maybe I'll get turn one right this time.
Defend your position. Don't let him through.
2 seconds off my pace. Alright, let's get it right this time.
The leader's just done a 126.1. The guy in front has just done a 125.9.
Clear left.
Psyching myself out again.
On your left. Clear left.
That's alright. Let him through for now. See if we can learn a thing or two. See, as soon as I'm not under pressure from behind, I'm fine. It's all psychological. He's definitely quicker than me. That's alright.
The leader has just done a 125.6. The car ahead has just done a 125.6. You've just done a 126.9.
Starting to find a rhythm now. Stupid shit Will says right before he crashes. How many times have I said I'm starting to find a rhythm and then I crash?
Time was 126.5.
This car is so much fun to drive though. Starting to close the guy in front down now. Not me, the guy in front of him.
The gap in front is increasing. It's now about 2.8.
2 second gap there now. We seem to be maintaining the gap to the guy behind me, so happy about that. A little bit late on the brakes there.
P4.
He's not really closing the gap to the guy in front of him anymore. Maybe a little bit.
That last lap was at 126.9. Alright, well, lap times are pretty consistent.
Thanks, Jim. Consistently shit. So like that's like the participation award. Your laps are consistent. Ah, ran wide.
The gap to Teal behind is now 4.8 seconds.
Somebody's been for an excursion there. Just noticed the skid marks. And he's catching him now. Only about a second in it now.
We're halfway home. We're okay on fuel. The lap time was at 126.4. Is now 5.4.
Loose there. That's what she said.
The leader is 125.5.
It's a shame for Billy getting DC'd after doing 12 laps of a 20-lap race. He's right up with him now. Screwed that up. I don't think we got any incident points yet though, and I shouldn't have said that. I'm going to regret saying that.
That was 126.8.
We might be overheating my tyres. I'm going to focus on hitting these apexes better, even if it means a little less speed. Because I can build the speed up later, but when I'm not being consistent, that's the biggest drama, so... Well, we got one off. What happened there, but there was a pass, and it looks like previous second place, Philip came off second best there. I don't know what happened.
Teal behind is now 5.3 seconds.
Back in with a chance again, but I don't want to do anything silly and get over aggressive.
3.3. That was 126.8. Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace. incident in turn 11.
Everybody's getting sketchy now.
Just done a 126.9. Good consistency. Keep them coming.
Thanks, Jim. A bit loose there. There's definitely a faster line around there. Next practice session, I'm definitely going to focus on that corkscrew area.
It's now 4.7 seconds.
So we've got some lap traffic coming up.
Time was 126.9.
Too deep. Thank you.
On your right. Clear right.
Remaining. That was a 127.6.
A little bit of a lock up on the front there.
push, push, push.
Geez, he's a little bit optimistic, I think, Jim. 7-second gap, pulling away a second a lap. Chance of a podium. Nah. Fourth place. Pretty happy with that. I think it was a 0x race as well, which is good for a first.
Yellow flag.
Definitely, I mean, I could have gone a lot faster than that. Well, maybe not a lot, but I could have definitely driven faster than that, but I felt like consistency was more important. And I knew I didn't have the pace of these two guys in front of me anyway, so there was no point in sort of pushing myself, risking crashing when I knew I wasn't as quick as them anyway. So I think that was probably the more sensible thing to do, even though it probably wasn't quite as exciting as it could have been, but more exciting than if I crashed in turn one. But now it's just about practicing getting those times down. I know that, I mean, I watched Dave Cam's video this morning. He was doing 125s consistently. And I know that the really fast guys can do like 122s consistently. So I don't know, no idea where that time is. But yeah, that was fun. And I'm really enjoying driving these cars too. I definitely think that this is what I'm going to do for next season. I think I'll do this and the skippies as well. But anyway, we'll jump into the pits and have a quick look at the replay and results. Alright, let's have a look at this replay here. Have a look at the start, and then I want to also have a look at that incident that happened between those two guys towards the front as well. What was my heart rate in the end there? I don't know. 115 now. Probably got up to mid 120s, I'd say. Have to watch that back later. Alright, so what happened off the start? I know that we got a... I really need to work on that car skin too. It's looking pretty dodgy at the moment. So there was contact there, over aggression. I was a little bit deep. And then we just got the inside run here, clean pass. Yeah, I really need to come up with a better car skin. So that was where we ran out wide. We got the inside run up the inside here. Inside run up the inside. Bit of a lock up there. You can see the wheel pinch. And then I realised pretty quickly that he was faster than me, and I was just like, yeah, well, it's not worth... I'd already seen some signs of aggression, so I was like, it's not worth battling this guy. Just let him go past pretty much. So stayed out nice and wide here, but he did back out of that. I went out wide to, you know, expecting him to dive bomb, and then he ended up getting a better run than me anyway. Oh, that's what that spin was. And then he basically just pulled away from here. So let's fast forward now and see what that incident was up ahead. Forgot I had this moment in turn one as well. Let's have a look at that. So, way out wide, sideways. Oh, how did I hold on to that? I was so lucky not to lose that other position as well. Ended up ultimately losing it anyway, but that was the only major mistake I think I made. I definitely missed a couple of braking markers throughout the race, but that was the only big moment that I had. Alright, so let's just have a quick look at how Philip got past car number 6 as well. So he ran out wide there. Obviously he's going to have a better run here. Side by side through the corkscrew. This will be interesting. This is what I'm loving about the Porsches so far, is that everybody drives respectfully, it seems, as well. Like, that would have been a crash in the MX-5s. And the Ferraris as well. Oh, what happened there? Oh, he just broke too late. Put a wheel in the grass. And, yeah, from there, it was pretty much a done deal for me. Alright, so I may as well take these headphones off now as well so you can see the rest of my ugly head. So 4th position in the end. What was our average lap time like compared to the other guys there? 125. Okay, so the fastest in the race was a Division 2, and he was doing 125.5s consistently. Okay, so I feel a little bit better now because I was thinking that I should be doing like 123, 120, you know, 122, 123s consistently. But that guy that I saw the other night must have just been a exceptionally fast person. But how did we compare there? 126, 126, 127. So yeah, we were sort of average. Probably belonged about where we finished, which makes sense. Plus 40 on the I rating and plus 18. Nice. Plus 0.18 on our license. That will definitely help out. A couple more of those, and we'll be hitting B class in no time. So yeah, that is pretty happy with that result. All right, guys. So unfortunately, it wasn't the most exciting race in the world, but I definitely felt like I learned a lot. And what I'm going to do now is go back and do a whole heap of practice, try to bring those lap times down consistently into the 124s or 125s if I can. Definitely focusing on turn 1 in particular, as well as the corkscrew as well. There's definitely some time to be had there. I did see that other people were running a little bit wider before sweeping in on that turn after the corkscrew. I'm not really confident with that line. I didn't want to experiment during the race. You know, I sort of wanted to pace myself and manage the gap to the guy behind me so I didn't end up crashing and losing more positions. But yeah, definitely a lot to be learned still, and really, really enjoying driving the Porsche. I love how it's a little bit lively in the rear end, and, you know, you can really sort of play with it, and yeah, it really sort of it rewards consistency, I guess, which is a lot of fun. And it's also a lot faster than the MX-5 as well, which is cool. So definitely going to be doing the Porsches for Season 4, and I think probably the Skippies as well. I'm pretty set on those. I think might do a couple of Ferrari races, maybe even check out the Mazda Pro Series a couple of times as well. But I think Porsche is going to be my main focus. That's where I'm really going to sort of try to improve my times and get as competitive as possible. But guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, let me know in the comments below if you do have any tips at all for me on how to get faster and more consistent around this track, particularly the corkscrew and turn 1. But yeah, guys, above all, thank you very much for watching. Hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed the video, subscribe and notification bell as well so you don't miss the next one, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.